In 2014, the Pontiac GTO earned the title as the second most ticketed car in America, and I can kinda see why.
I like your bike.
Thank you.
Can I pop the clutch for you? I just want to tell you guys that I have personally owned a 2004 and a 2006 GTO, and to top it off, my brother actually bought one of these cars brand new in 2004, and he later ended up crashing it into a fence while running from the police drunk. And he has a Pontiac tattoo on his neck, so I don't think there's anyone more qualified than me to give you my little opinion of the Pontiac GTO. They're just such good cars, you know what I mean? They're fun, they're fast, and they're practical. Listen, my honest opinion, the 2004 to 2006 GTO is one of the most underappreciated modern muscle cars of all time. Everyone knows about Corvettes, Mustangs, and Camaros, but no one ever talks about the Pontiac GTO. You really do get a lot of car for the money, and when it comes to depreciated sports cars, it's pretty hard to top the Pontiac GTO. There's just not many good cars out there that you can pick up for 10, 12 grand. This car is a 2004, so it's rocking the LS1 T56 combo. The 2005, 2006 cars are slightly more desirable. They have the 6-liter LS2, which puts out a little more horsepower than the LS1. I really do think the GTO was ahead of its time because it's like the first modern muscle car that doesn't have like a completely garbage interior. And the driving experience, I mean, this car is tight. Even to today's standards, the interior of this car really ain't that bad. You know what I mean? It's miles better than any C5 Corvette, Camaro, or New Edge Mustang. Look at the inside of this vehicle. I mean, it is a perfect fat guy car. The seats are super comfortable. Not only that, but the driving position I think is spot on. You know, C5 Corvettes and Fortune Camaros, you're literally sitting on the floor. And newer Mustangs, I think, kind of sit a little too high. But in my opinion, I think the GTO is just right. No one ever gives credit to the back seats of the Pontiac GTO. They're actually usable for it being a sport coupe. I'm about 6'2", and I can fit back there just fine. I really love that this car just flies under the radar, you know? It's one of those unsuspecting sports cars that, you know, if you don't know it, you're not gonna see it type of thing. The GTO, it kind of does nothing great, but everything good enough. You know what I mean? It's pretty quick, and for this being a 3,600-pound car, it actually handles not that bad. It's just a clean, respectable daily driver. They're super comfortable, and it's got quite a bit of grunt when you want to get on it. This is actually the first time I've ever driven a Pontiac GTO that wasn't obnoxiously modified, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. As great of a car as this is, the Pontiac GTO never sold well in the United States, and it was almost like this car was a major disappointment. You know, even to this day, you'll get the occasional old guy that will say, "Looks nothing like the old GTO." The concept was great, but for some reason, American people just didn't want the GTO. This car wasn't even built in America. All GTOs are built in Australia, and they're basically rebadged versions of a car called the Holden Monaro. And that car was actually pretty successful. The Pontiac GTO is an Australian vehicle, so it has a unique design unlike any vehicle on the road. It has a very oval-like appearance that some people get confused with the Pontiac Grand Am. With this being a 2004 car, it exclusively has the flat hood and these 17-inch 5-spoke wheels. 2005 to 2006 cars actually have hood scoops in the front. Some people say it looks better, but I think the flat hood looks just fine. So if we make our way to the back side of this vehicle, we have 2 stink pipes out of the left corner of this car. The 2005, 2006 cars have dual exhaust, one on the left, one on the right, and it's separated by a nice little plastic rear valance. A lot of people prefer the look of the 2005 and 2006 cars, but I think the 04 looks just fine. It's kind of funny, this chassis itself kind of has like multiple personalities. In America, it's known as the Pontiac GTO. Australia, it's the Holden Monaro. The UK is the Vauxhall VXR, and last but not least, the Middle East got the Chevy Lumina. All of those cars have their own unique appearance, which goes along with their brand name, but they're pretty much all virtually the same thing. My personal favorite, I really like the Holden Monaro front end and the Vauxhall front end. I think it just looks super, super unique. I like your bike.
Thank you.
Can I pop the clutch for you?
Huh?
Can I do a burnout?
What, for the camera?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's your name?
Izzy.
Izzy. Ride safe.
Thank you too.
They really did not make a lot of these cars, and it's getting harder and harder to find like a clean, well-sorted example. These cars are already past the bottom of their depreciation point. I mean, there was a time and a place where GTOs were stupid cheap. A lot of GTOs were crashed, but more of them were actually parted out because the GTO has a very, very desirable drivetrain. And back when car prices were a lot lower, you could get significantly more money parting out your GTO than selling it as a whole. So a lot of them went to the graveyard. A lot of people think the 2004 GTO is ugly, but I think otherwise. It's a beautiful car. Yes, the car is an oval. It's sort of shaped like a football. But in my opinion, I think the 04 looks OG as hell. The one thing that drives me crazy what GTO people do, they put this thing on the car. It's called the Sport Appearance Package, and it has these indented grills and like lower bumper cover. I hate that. It just makes it look more like a Pontiac Grand Am. It fits in perfectly with the class of vehicles that didn't sell well as brand new, but they're actually really good cars. For what it is, it's a comfy V8 powered GT car, stock or modified. I can't imagine someone actually driving this car and not liking it. In my honest opinion, this crappy Pontiac doesn't get the respect it deserves, and it has style and class unlike any other vehicle on this road, except for the Pontiac Grand Am. We'll catch you on the next one.